Do you ever get used to that? Do you ever get used to that? Is it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
It's, well, I mean, because it's got to be crazy for you now. I mean, like, you were in that People's magazine, sexy guys and all that kind of stuff, and were you or were you not?
As far as I'm concerned, you've made it when you're on Cribs.
And that's what
All right.
Say. It's like, you know.
I got a great publicist.
I wanted to just, I wanted to say it's thanks for coming up and hanging out. I know you just rolled out of bed about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Sleep to the absolute latest minute.
I feel bad because to be faced with us right out of the bed is rough. So thank you on behalf of us for coming up. And also, you know, welcome to New Hampshire. First time this year back in New Hampshire. Pleasure to have you. And historically, I got a lot of stuff I want to ask you about. Historically, how have you done in New Hampshire?
Well, we ran second here in the bush race. We always ran good here. We ran in the Cup car. We were actually top 10 car every time we've been here. We finished there. So hopefully we'll turn that around. I think we're a better race team from last year, so we should be right there in competition.
What car did you bring up this weekend?
Ain't no telling.
You just, it doesn't matter, really. I mean, for you, just right? I mean, does it?
I mean, it's probably something similar we run at Martinsville or something like a high downforce car.
Yeah.
For a flat track.
I wanted to say just quickly on behalf of all the fans in New England and everybody here, of course, welcome back to New England. Our thoughts have been with you. You've been in our prayers.
I appreciate it.
And we'll move on.
Yeah.
You know, I have to say, man, you gave me personally, and I speak for everybody when I say this, the best racing moment I've ever seen in my life 2 weeks ago at Daytona. I was on the edge of my chair. I was crying. I know a little. Hey, that's all right.
He drives a minivan.
Dude, dude,
that and they ran out of Cheez-Its.
No. Dale, those last couple of laps, I don't know how you could contain yourself. I mean, I know you have to concentrate and stuff like that, but at the Pepsi 400, those last couple of laps when you passed those cars and Michael was right behind you, how did you keep your focus? Because I'd have been freaking out.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've been running all night long, and it was crazy. I mean, the last 6 laps or so, I was sitting there under that caution behind 5 or 6 guys and didn't know if I could get around them, but we did. I mean, it's just, you know, you do or you don't. You make the right move or you make the wrong move, and we made all the right moves that night.
In the last half of the last lap, though, it had to be like, man, just exploding.
Yeah,
because it was like...
It was overwhelming just the feeling coming to the checker flag. It was pretty crazy.
When you jumped out in that car and you know, got up on top of the car, it was like, wow, this is the greatest moment I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And Michael got up with you. There's 2 pictures, you know, I think that are awesome from that. The first one is with you and Michael on the top of the car. The second one that I thought was the greatest was the one with you and your buddies.
Yeah.
In Victory Lane. How cool was that? You know?
Yeah, that was, I mean, it was just coincidental that I actually took all those guys to that race.
Yeah.
We had rented a house on the beach and went down there like a week early and was partying all week. And
See, I thought you were more the studious type. Hang in, be quiet. Fires, with some wine and stuff, you know.
No, not really. But it was, they enjoyed themselves. Well, I took them to the racetrack like 4 or 5 days before it actually opened, and it was empty, and I took them around the banking and around the road course and everything, just really give them a full tour of the place, and they just couldn't believe it. And to go win, they got to celebrate in Victory Lane. They had a blast.
I just think, because it was so cool for me to say, like, because when I looked at that picture, and I saw, I mean, the jubilation, not only in your eyes, but in their eyes, was so real and so normal. Like, and grounded. Like, these are my buddies. This is the greatest moment, you know? And to sit there and watch that, for me as a fan, I was like, that's just doesn't get any better. And then that's when I wonder if you fully, can anybody ever comprehend that? They're like, man, this is the greatest thing in the world to have that moment.
I don't know. I mean, you know, it's something I'll probably never have a feeling like that again, you know?
Yeah.
I got probably one more opportunity at it, and that's at the 500 next year. So it's just, you know, just couldn't believe how everything worked out, and it's just a blessing.
I gotta ask this, and I love you, but I gotta ask about that helmet.
Yeah.
The baseball. Did you like that?
It was all right.
Okay. Dude, when you get out of the car, helmet off. Just with the helmet, it looks like a baseball. Like, you know, and then you... So I was kind of like, man, because we've talked before, and I wondered if when they gave you the helmet, you went, ooh, that looks like a baseball. They gave it to you,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was kind of wondering before the race started, and this part I missed. So Blacksmith says you saw it. The national anthem.
Yes, when they they did the national anthem, then Britney Spears said, "Gentlemen, start your engines." They flashed the TV camera on you, and you're like, "She can start my engine."
You didn't say that?
Well, I did both was really. You can see it. Start my engine.
Totally if you said it, that's still. Did you or did you not?
I don't know. Maybe.
All right. Let me put it this way. Did you say a facsimile of that?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I just think that's funny. They said it in the drivers' meeting when she came in. Everybody was like quiet, and then all the kids went crazy.
Yeah. That was pretty cool to have her there.
Yeah.
It does a lot for the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that statue comes in and does something like that for us. Of course, it was a Pepsi 400, so her association with Pepsi drew her in there. But I think she looks scared to death, actually, to be around all of us. So I think she's kind of nervous, but she got comfortable after a while.
It couldn't have been the way you were looking at her. Guys will do that.
Yeah.
I'll wash your clothes.
You look good in that driver's outfit, baby.
Mow your lawn. No matter what, you know. Oh, I gotta get my hair done. I'll do your hair. We turn everything into that because we're normal guys, you know. And that's funny because when I watch it, that's what I think. I'm like, this kid is just a normal guy, and that's why I always wonder if it's like, like you talk about it's growing the sport, having people like Britney Spears come in. At the same time, you've kind of grown the sport. You and young guys like Harvick and Bush and I'm